Let's see, where we at? All right, all right, all right. I think we should be a little bit clearer there. Let me, I apologize, y'all. I've switched some stuff around last minute and everything, so we're gonna make sure that everything is copacetic. I think we should be Gucci now. All right, all right, all right. Well, fuck, let me get this off here. Look, y'all can tell, look, y'all know I'm last minute like a motherfucker, man. I ain't even got the old, I still got the old information up and shit. Give me 1 second here, man. First and foremost, what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to Salt Sports. If you're not familiar with Salt Sports, man, Salt Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network. So that means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. And with that being said, man, we're going to get into some of the conversation tonight about some moves that have been made around the NBA and which could possibly finally lead to Mr. Anthony becoming a part of the Texans. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I'm catching a couple areas. Like I say, it's on my end, so y'all just give me just 1 second. I call myself rearranging the Salt Sports Studios to try to get things looking a little different than I've had to run and take care of stuff. It's just a bunch of shit, and we're gonna get it right. I don't know why this thing is acting crazy on me right now. It likes to do that from time to time. It likes to get real disrespectful with me. I don't want that. Okay, well, you can do that if you want to. Give me 1 second here. I'm seeing everything I need, but it ain't responding the way I need it to. Let's see, this shit acting crazy on me. But while we getting that in order, I see some love has come through on the sauce line, and we'll cover those sauce line conversations real quick. Shout out to Jay Dizzle. I'm gonna check that Nick Wright out, and appreciate the love, Chandler, with the shout out. Chandler always holding it down, showing love. What do we got here? And I shouldn't have done that. I did exactly what I didn't want to do. I should have just blocked that out. Let's close that. We're going to close that out. We ain't going to have no minutes tonight because it's acting all kind of crazy. All right. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Like I say, I apologize. Things a little bit off. Let me see where we at here. Let's make sure everything else is on like it should be on. Are you catching you hear me clearly there, Wise? Okay, I think I'm missing your audio. Let me see. I'm not hearing any audio from your end. Let me make sure I got this on the right way. Okay, it should be here. Let me see if it's on default. Maybe that's what I need to do. Let me see if you say something if you don't mind. But yeah, I'm still not catching that. Let me I don't know why it's muted for some reason. Let's see. Again, like I say, pardon me for all the technical difficulties. And trust me, it will get better. Everything is slowly but surely on the improve. I don't know what's going on here. Why I'm not catching no audio on your end. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. Man, I don't believe you simping, Ken. Man, I don't know if you really reading. We gonna talk about that. I think you just trying to get.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, you Gucci now. There you go.
Oh shit!
Okay.
All right, bet.
All right, sorry about that. Y'all let me know the volume low. Let me know if we sound a little bit better. Let me know if we sound a little bit better there. And which book are you talking about? Are you talking about The Alchemist or are you talking about Pimp? So I don't know which one you're talking about. But let's go ahead and get started, man. Y'all know what it is, man. There is no sauce without the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the motherfucking world, man. Let's see what we got in the mix. Y'all already know how we start this thing off with the Sauce Nation roll call. So that means, hey, if you are from the city, and the city being the city of Houston, man, represent your side with pride, man. Let us know where to sow some love to your side. If you're not from the city, you know what I'm saying? Let us know where you're from, man. Your city, state, country, latitude, longitude, zip code, area code, however you identify, your set, gang, click. You know, if you gang, whatever the fuck it is, you youngsters be on these days and all that other shit, man. Let us know where to send some of that computer love, man. I'm going to send it to you digitally because I appreciate the fact that you're taking the time out to fuck with some sauce tonight. Let's see what we got in the mix. Diamond TK Banks, Tony Texas, Alana, what's the motherfucking deal? Jerry Montalvo, Trey. See, I don't know about Carmelo, but like the only option we got. There's a couple other things we might be talking about here this evening. Hector Rodriguez, Brandon 335. Always going live. Berkeley Boss, man up. Always good to see you, man. Panda Bear, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let's see. Kenneth, I'm gonna show you some love. I'm gonna try to let you make it today, Ken. You know, we gonna see how you acting. Let's see what else. What else we got, man? Follow filmmakers with attitude. I don't know you. I ain't following that shit. You gonna have to hold some weight before I tell you to follow anything. So whatever with that. T Real, Pearland holding it down, Spring holding it down. Talking about Texas, what's the motherfucking deal? The G Corridor. Already Malik, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Angleton in the motherfucking house. All right, Clutch Gaming, Turtle. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Miss Voodoo C holding it down. Voodoo Child already. DeMarcus, what's the motherfucking deal? Humble Texas, I see you in the motherfucking mix. All right, man. Look. The couple that's cool with the tools, man, that's the Voodoos, man, holding it down. I appreciate y'all each and every evening, always showing a bunch of love, man. So here is the motherfucking deal. Representing that 44 acres home already. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the Melo situation. But first, before we get to the Melo situation, how you doing this evening, Wise? How are things going?
I mean, I'm doing fabulous. I mean, you know, my boy Carmelo got traded today. Texans training camp is 6 days away. I mean, it's that time of the season. We got more sports that's interesting actually finna start. I mean, baseball is all good and everything, but baseball is boring. Let's be real here.
It's only the thing in the ring.
And I've been watching the British Open right now because ain't nothing really going on.
Oh man, it's going like when is the lingerie football league in action? That's what I need to find out because I don't. It's not. Look, I know y'all think this fucking Honcho. He's a goddamn pervert trying to look at a bunch of ladies run around catching balls in their draws. That's not the reason. There's Pornhub and everything else for that. Lingerie league football is actually good football. I don't care what anybody says. The ladies are athletic. They're good. They're good at what they do. They get aggressive, and they really play some damn good football. I can't wait till Houston gets a team. It's supposed to be within the next year or two. I believe they're supposed to get one, and we'll make sure Sauce Sports. We'll make sure we got sauce all over that when they do get here. But the thing we're going to talk about today, the main event, Melo. He has been traded from OKC to Atlanta. He's expected to be waived from Atlanta. And, you know, rumors are he's been telling people that he's going to join the Rockets for over a week now. And so that's something that we're definitely looking forward to. Now, again, I know people have been asking, what the time frame is on that. Look, let me not tell you like I act like I know all the technicalities. From what I know, it's the trade has been confirmed. But I'm not sure how it's going to, as far as, the getting waived and all that other stuff is going to go. I doubt Atlanta tries to convince him to stay, and I forgot there was a couple other players who were involved in the trade. I don't have the shit with me right now, like I said, because I've just kind of been all over the place. Are you familiar who else was in the trade in that conversation?
Oh, yeah. Dennis Schroeder, the starting point guard from the Atlanta Hawks, went to the OKC Thunder along with their first-round pick. And Philly was a 3-team trade because Philly got some guy, I forgot his name, from Atlanta, Muscula, and then they also got I forget, Jason Anderson. Josh Anderson Jason Anderson, my bad. And then OKC got Timothy Lelelu Kabalu or whatever his name is. So OKC actually kind of won that trade.
Okay. My question is
point guards and shooting guards.
My question is, okay, with Schroeder being going from a start, that's to do with the little blonde thing in his hair, huh? Was that
he can't shoot though.
Okay, he can't shoot. All right, so he's going to be reserved basically to a role from going from a starter to being put behind Westbrook. Is that what you're feeling, or do you feel like they're going to find a way to try to kind of get him on the court also? How do you feel about that situation?
He's gonna be a backup because he can't shoot at all, and they put Andre Robertson at the 2 guard to kind of combat James Harden. So if they was to put Schroeder right there, Harden's gonna eat 50 points. Either way, it's a bad situation because Schroeder's gonna have to go against CP3 on the with the backup unit, or Westbrook gonna have to guard James Harden. Either way, it's a win-win situation for us, and plus we get Carmelo. So. And I'm tired of people putting shame on Carmelo Anthony. Well, he didn't work out with that system because, it's Russell Westbrook. They don't got a lot of ball movement and stuff like that, it's not a fluidity to that offense. But if you look at the Rockets offense, it has a fluidity. And if you watch the San Antonio Spurs back in the day, they move their rock, they move their rock, they move their rock till they get to the open shooter. And you got 4 shooters on the court, 5 shooters on the court without a lineup with Capella. It can be dangerous. It can be nasty.
Okay. So we're going to talk about this. And there's another little low-key rumor. We're going to save that for a little bit later. And I think that'll be the most exciting news. I think you may know what I'm speaking of, but we're going to wait until we get on that. But we're talking about shooters. We're talking about, hey, Lane, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Jay Dizzle. Shout out to H-Town Finder. Shout out to Trey. Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad y'all could join us. I think this is the ideal situation for Carmelo. He's not going to be asked to do anything but shoot the ball. You know, we know what his defensive limitations are. We keep a guy like Tucker on the court with him. And we saw what Tucker can do when it comes down to it. When it's necessary, Tucker will get you buckets. He's going to get you. Tucker is I want to say a jack of all trades, maybe not a master of any. Well, he's a defensive master, and it really pisses me off that Tucker got no recognition on any kind of defensive team this year. When, in my opinion, he played some of the best defense of anybody this year. I mean, Ariza played great, Luke played great, but Tucker stayed healthy. He stayed fly. He had to fly his J's on the court at all times, and off the court he definitely rivaled Harden's fashion apparel. So we know that I'm sure they're giving each other fashion tips and shit, but. My thing is Tucker was just underappreciated. And as long as we retain Tucker, I don't have any worries. Like I say, I know people had asked yesterday about Carmelo and Tucker, reversing the roles at 3 and 4. It almost doesn't even matter because as long as they're both on the court at the same time, like I say, Tucker will make up for the inefficiencies that Tucker will take the better offensive player, and then Carmelo holds whoever else. But again, the point that you made, I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, Carmelo ain't this, Carmelo ain't that." Carmelo's not going to be expected to be the man. Carmelo's had to be the man his entire career up until last year, and he didn't really want to go to OKC. Just the situation with the Knicks was what it was. He was like, "Fuck it, I just want to get out of New York at this point. We'll see what we can do. I'll go play with George, and I'll go play with whatever, and I'll make OKC pay me some money." He's wanted to be a Rocket for some time now. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of things that we have to talk about that people don't consider when it comes to sports and how important these things are. Chemistry. And chemistry is a huge, huge deal. Oh, Trayvon Duval and Dang Adele going to training camp. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, man, you be coming with some shit. I got to watch out with you, man. Yeah, man, you be coming with some trolls. I like you, yeah, man, but sometimes you be coming with some suspect shit. But I know that another thing, too, is that they've talked about signing Isaiah Hartenstein. I've been telling y'all for quite some time now, Hartenstein will be on this team, and he will be a factor. I'm telling you, the guy has a skill set. I think he was just a little young last year, had a chance to develop, get a little bit better. And, I mean, as a center, he's definitely going to be a very interesting backup behind Capella. And if we have any issues, in the long term with Capella, then I'm not worried about it necessarily as long as he can stay healthy. It's going to be very interesting. Another side note has nothing to do with the Rockets, man. I know a guy that a lot of people were talking about trading up for because his stock was falling. I'm almost glad we didn't because I'm hearing that he had another surgery. Was Michael Porter Jr. And so here's the deal. Like, he's having another back surgery. And as they said, the second back surgery. So, and he ended up going to Denver. So I'm glad that we did not end up making that move because, again, it could have been a wasted pick. And I'm happy with DeAnthony. I'm mixing the words up and shit. I'm happy with what DeAnthony Melton is showing. I haven't seen necessarily as much from Edwards. I'm happy with Duval. I'm happy to see what some of these other guys are bringing to the table. And I think that Morey has found some low-key pieces that will contribute in the near future. But talking about Melo fitting into this system, Melo's not going to be asked to do a shit ton. He's not going to be asked to be the man. You think D'Antoni's ever going to have an issue with telling Melo to shoot the ball? It'll never happen because it was points where he couldn't get Ryan Anderson, was afraid to shoot. Rhino lost his magic, and I mean, I don't know what it was. But the thing about that, and I see somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat, is there are rumors floating around that the Sacramento Kings may be interested in picking up Rhino. How do you feel about that? And I want to know how y'all feel in the chat, man, because y'all already know that there is no sauce without the freshest motherfucking ingredients. So any questions I'm asking, I'm wanting to hear answers from y'all too in the chat, and I'll definitely, speak on it when I see some good stuff. So I appreciate y'all.
It's not that they're interested. They already had a phone call. Okay. The Rockets and the Kings already touched bases on a Ryan Anderson trade. So it's all about who's going to make the move. Is Sacramento going to be like, hey, let's pull the plug? I'm pretty sure they got all the possibilities. They already got the $20.5 million to assume Ryan Anderson's contract next season. He's from Sacramento. I mean, the whatever's good for Sacramento is good for Houston. I mean, if they want Ryan Anderson so bad, we'll give them Ryan Anderson and $1 million cash considerations if they want. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, we love giving out cash consideration.
We got to get rid of a guy like Ryan Anderson, because when you look at the Warriors and teams like that, they see Ryan Anderson on the court and they're going to attack him. They're going to look at him as the weak link, and we can't have that type of mojo on this team, especially, I mean, somebody that's scared to shoot on a three-point shooting team, a team that put up 40, 50 threes a game. That just don't make sense. You got paid $20 million a year to shoot the ball, and you're scared to shoot the ball.
Yeah, and so like I think that if he's able to maneuver that contract, a lot of people who were upset about the CP3, I need a put a "the" on that. The CP3 contract, man, I feel like some tunes would have to change if Morey was able to get out of this contract. Let's make a comparison now. Another local team, the Texans, when they made a bad deal for Brock. And then you got this bad deal that ended up with Rhino. If Morey's able to get out of this deal, which one was a better escape? The Osweiler escape or the Rhino escape? Which one do you think would be the better of the two bad deals? I
mean, off the top, it's gonna be the Rhino, because Morey's a magician. Rick Smith, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He could have traded him for like a 3rd round pick. He didn't have to give up a 1st round pick. Let's be real here. It's the Browns. They had extra cap to take up. We would have picked number 3. We could have got a guy like Nick Chubb. We could have Quentin Nelson. We could have picked up a guy like Shaquan Barkley or somebody like that, an impact player that would have automatically put us at the Super Bowl next season. But Rick Smith, he had his good times, but he had his bad times. And that's just a bad one. They went all in on this quarterback that they never had come in and do some practice throws, talk to Bill O'Brien, have a conversation, see if the scheme fits. No, they just jumped on hype. And I bet you it had something to do with McNair. Yeah, I guarantee that Osweiler signing was all on Bob McNair.
Okay. Y'all let me know, is the audio a little bit low? I'm seeing it is looking a little bit. Let me see if I need to. Let me tweak this a little bit. Y'all let me know if this is if it sounds any better or what we're looking like here. Like I said, I did do a little bit of adjusting prior to, and so it's real low, real low. Okay, let me see what we got going here. Give me just a second, and let me try to tweak some things here, because yeah, it does appear. I see it's not even really, it's not really reaching the optimal levels here. Again, like I said, because I changed some shit up, I was moving shit around, and I think some of the chords may have gotten put back in the wrong place, and so I'm just changing settings here. I don't want to turn up this light out. That's too. Yeah, it's definitely something going here, because that is maximized, and I don't know if it's too loud or where we at. Because like I said, I don't want to.
Let me listen to it on my phone.
Okay, like I say.
Let me listen to it on my phone.
Yeah, I hear you good.
It's pretty loud on my phone, so.
Okay. All right, let me see what we got here. So I mean, my fault if it's a little tweaked off. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to work on a couple of things to improve it. But I don't know what we got going on here. But
hey, y'all want better sauce? We can get brand new microphones and everything. Just donating that Streamlabs real fast. Donating that super chat. Yeah. Only got to donate $2. The donation only take 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now too low. Good grief. Hold on. All right. Yeah, like I say, yeah. Look, I didn't turn some shit. Like I got my eyes on some new mics. See, I told y'all I had the thing up there. Okay, so yeah, that's why I can't hear on that part. Let's see what we got here. Let me see if I need to boost this up a little bit, and try to see where we at. Let's see. I don't know what like I say. That's the sound as a whole. This should be me individually. And y'all let me know where we at. All right, yeah, I think I'm just going to probably be down just a little bit. Like I said, I've been ripping and running. I ain't really had a chance to tweak all the stuff after I did some rearranging. So y'all just have to forgive me just a bit. And if it's a little bit low, if y'all can't hear, then we'll figure it out. Now it's too loud.
They said, oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see where we at. Let me see where we at. All right, how about now? Are we adequate here? Y'all let me know where we at. For Scotty. Man, y'all see, man, come on now. If y'all follow me on the gram, y'all saw Scotty.
It's too much sauce.
Appreciate the love, Voodoo.
Fork microphones. This is for Scotty.
Shout out to Voodoo.
Voodoo showing love from the bathtub already. Man, here's the deal. If y'all follow on the gram, y'all saw Scotty got fly today. You know what I'm saying? Even though the motherfucking groomer put them goddamn whatchamacallit, them fucking Cowboys. Colors, yeah, fucking Cowboys colors on them. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I gotta go find one of his old rags. You know, Scotty be cripping and shit, so he be gang banging. Now that's a very good point, Oscar. That's what I want to talk about. I say, now, what do you feel like? What opportunities get opened up if this Rhino trade goes through? Now that's money available on the books. What future opportunities do you see, or possibilities that could actually be right around the corner do you see happening if we can clear the books for Ryan Anderson?
I mean, it was multiple trade options. I mean, we can look at Jimmy Butler. We can assume his salary cap now with that $20 million open. Also, we can extend him if he comes. Or we can just sit and wait and keep that cap space for the 2019 offseason. I mean, it's a lot of good guys coming off the books. You got Klay Thompson. You got Kyrie Irving. You got it's a lot of dudes. It's just too many to name. Jimmy Butler's one. It's just a whole list of great players coming out of next year's free agency. This free agency was dry with LeBron. Everybody wanted to know where LeBron went. He went to the Lakers. He made a bad decision because at the end of the day, you still got the Rockets. That's the best in the West. You got the Warriors. That's the best. You got San Antonio. San Antonio is still better than the Lakers. He fits their system perfectly. Let me not start on them. Watch out for San Antonio next season. Yeah. I mean, the Rockets, they can either make a move and go for it this year, and with CP3 getting up there in age, they know they have to make a move. I mean, we heard Daryl Morey say in press conferences that we got a big trade coming that everybody knows about, and that's the Jimmy Butler trade. And we know we can put Alana with Jimmy Butler at the three position, and that's somebody that can guard KD because he's one of the best defenders in the league. And that would definitely be an upgrade over Trevor Ariza and Mabute combined.
Okay. Yeah, Scotty pulled a stunt, man. I see that, Ms. Woody. Yeah, he probably told him when he was in there getting cut, look, man, go ahead and hook me up with some of the Cowboy colors. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go buy him a cage. He's been too free range. I'm gonna have to put his ass in the motherfucking cage so he can learn his lesson representing them Cowboy colors. Somebody said that.
Edman said he'll take Rodney Hood over Melo. Rodney Hood gonna cost some money. Rodney Hood gonna be like $10 million or something like that. Yeah. Rodney Hood didn't do nothing with the Cavaliers last season.
And plus,
Rodney Hood fell off with the Utah Jazz. Yeah, he's restricted, so they can match on anything. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, we still got to bring back Clint Capella. I don't know if people don't realize that, but he's not on the team as of now. And I mean, if Sacramento wants to do some whole shit, they can offer him $20 million a year. Yeah, because they got the cap.
Oh, it's too much sauce. I don't know how Unique got blocked, but
whoever y'all are not gonna continue to disrespect my Lakers. Hashtag strap up, bruh.
Hey, we gonna see you during the season, Jay Dizzle. But yes, unfortunately, I don't know how Miss Unique had got blocked and put into the box. But you know, that's unfortunate. We're always glad to have you here, Miss Unique. You said, let me see. You said Klay Thompson or Jimmy Butler if you had a gun to your head. Ooh, that's a good question.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I probably have to go Klay.
Klay Thompson is a shooter.
Yeah, because of what we do. But again, how do you feel about Klay? Do you feel like Klay wants to eventually get from under the shadow of guys like? I mean, because Klay doesn't get the respect he deserves out there. And go say you got people saying he's the third or fourth best guy, and they're putting of course KD ahead of him, which is sensible. They're putting Curry ahead of him, and in my book, I feel like Klay is a better overall player than Steph Curry.
He's the best player on the team, to be honest. I mean, the second best because he guards the hardest defender. I mean, the best offensive player on each opposing team's and also he's the most deadliest shooter. And he's a catching. catch and shoot player, so he doesn't demand plays. Yeah. All he has to do is be wide open and catch the ball and shoot.
Exactly. How come? Because
he got great moves.
Because, man, again, like I say, man, you got to watch where the media is coming from. You got to watch where you know who's giving you the information. And I say you see a lot of these bullshit rumors because, again, Carmelo, they're still sprinkling in this Lakers rumor, which I haven't heard anything about him ever meeting with the Lakers. I haven't heard anything about him ever having any kind of conversations or anything of the sort with the Lakers, regardless of LeBron being there or not. But yet you still see people from New York and L.A. spreading this with nobody else. When I say, when you look at like Waj, you look at all these other people, they're not, you're seeing them say the Rockets. You're seeing them, everybody saying the Rockets. But somehow, like I say, you always have these big cities. They don't want to feel left out because it's LA and it's fucking, it's New York. They don't want to feel like they're losing out on something to Houston. So they always got to squeeze themselves in the conversation. They squeeze that shit in there to get hope because these are big cities and people are paying attention now. So they want people to, oh, well, you know, this. They just want to be in the conversation when it's not even true, when it's not realistic. And so that's something that you just got to have to pay attention with, man. It's not going to happen. Let's see. But my thing is, LeBron coming to the West, we talked about this a couple of times, is he's never had the experience of having to battle every night. Again, with the East, you have a bunch of podunk-ass teams, so you're going to get the easy wins. But in the West, it's a challenge every night. It doesn't even matter. Like, I mean, you're going to have to motherfucking me put up a fight every night. It's not going to be a breeze. And if he put up only 50 wins last year, what did he have last year in the East? Like 50 wins?
Yeah, they had like 50 wins or something like that.
Yeah, if you're getting 50
and that's going against all these young teams in the East.
And if you're going against with 50 wins in the East, you're looking at a 42 to 46 win team in the West. You know what I mean? So the East is bona fide G League, exactly. I mean, you know. You
got guys like Magic Johnson talking smack about the Warriors already. Like, he comes out in an interview and say, Warriors, I don't lose sleep over the Warriors. Players on my team. Never had heard it. Yeah. Like, Magic Johnson, you need to sit your ass down until you prove something. Don't come out making statements like that because the Warriors will points.
Man, the Warriors been holding like. I'm catching. Let me hold on. Is it on my end there? Let me see what we got going on here. Hold on. I think catch a little bit of freeze up here. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what took place there. But the thing about the thing about Magic Johnson, man, what has he done really as a GM? And the thing is, they've already said that when LeBron gets there, that here I'm gonna do this so this face ain't just stuck right there. I ain't gonna do my boy Wise like that. But they already said that when he gets there, that, you know, LeBron is going to be basically helping make player decisions. He's basically going to be hold on, let me see where you back in there. I think it froze up for a second. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it froze. I just got on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I say, so the thing is, like I say, they already letting LeBron make GM decisions, decide on who's coming here. LeBron, honestly, here's the deal. He knew he wasn't going to come to Houston and get to make any of the choices, get to make any decisions. This show is already ran by a competent front office. He knows that he can go to L.A. and get whatever he wants. He knows that the money's out there in L.A. People going to see LeBron in a Lakers jersey. They're going to become Lakers fans again. You know how that fan base is. Now, I'm not knocking that there are some tried and true Laker fans, but the majority of Lakers fans, the majority of Cowboys fans, these are bandwagon fans, man. And so the thing is, oh man, he gonna get lost. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if before the season Lonzo Ball is gone. Don't be surprised if there's a Lonzo Ball trade. And this is why I say I'm starting to really think LeBron is a snake, because one, the pizza party fiasco. Tisk tisk tisk, shame on LeBron. But the thing that I'm looking at is like if Lonzo is traded. Because if I'm not mistaken, he took a picture with Lonzo and I forgot who else was in the picture with him when he was signing all that shit, making it look all good. But behind the scenes, again, if they're giving him GM responsibilities, he is going to be like, hey, get Lonzo out of here. I don't want Lonzo because I don't want to deal with LeVar. I promise you that's going on. And again, like I say, no player is going to get out of here. Hold on, what you got?
You will not disrespect Irvin Magic Johnson. Matter of fact, y'all refer to him as Mr. Johnson. Put some respect on his name. All three of y'all.
Here's the thing about Mr. Johnson. All right. Mr. Johnson, when he was a ball player, I give him all the respect in the world. But under his new title, under his new his new logo or whatever you want to call it, I have yet to see the success. Now, what I do feel though is LeBron is going to go over there, get some tutelage in the business aspect of the game, because Magic has his hands in a lot of ownerships and things of other various teams, and it's already been mentioned that LeBron says he wants to own an NFL team, he wants to own an NBA team, and all that kind of stuff. But you got to be careful, LeBron might be out there hanging out with Junior Johnson. Then you got to start worrying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You saw them shorts and shit he was wearing to the playoffs last year. He might be into some new shit. You know what I'm saying? He might be hanging with Magic Jr. trying to get some fashion tips. I don't know. I'm just saying. But here's the deal, man. Here's the thing. I want to get back to the Carmelo situation for just a bit, because like I say, I know a lot of people are, I don't want Carmelo, I don't want this and that. You can't look at Carmelo in the same situation as every other team that he's been on. This is a completely different game for him, because again, we're not going to be asking him to be the man. We're not going to be asking him to be a primary scorer. It's just, hey, get open, shoot the ball. That's all you got to do. Be better than Anderson. Again, because we're not going to be paying him. If I'm not sure, it shouldn't be that much. I believe what is the mid-level exception. And what is that, about $5 million or so?
Yeah, $5 million, 5.3.
And so for 5.3, I don't think you're gonna.
We might not give him the full MLE, because we're gonna give some to Melton, so he can sign a 3rd year on his rookie contract. So
okay. Yeah, exactly. Like I say, I'm say Mr. Mercer, because I don't want to fuck your first name up. But again, he's out there doing Hollywood shit because he wants to be a Hollywood dude. So again, he's trying to do what he can for his name. LeBron is out of the championship conversation. He don't care about that shit no more. He's trying to make as much money as he can his last few years, and then he's going to move on. And I'm sure he felt like he's made a brand for himself. He's going to make it as big as possible. Get his son some shine. Maybe his old lady going to open up a restaurant. Who knows? You know what I mean? We don't know. But my thing is, again, we had Rhino and paid him buku bucks. He was a liability on defense and a non-factor on offense, at least for a cheaper price. If Morey is successfully able to exchange Rhino to the Kings and, not have to pay that money. Again, able to get Melo in for a decent rate, that opens up the table for to bring in another big name, because it's honestly not about Melo. I mean, we still got Paul. We still have Harden, which is the most essential. Capella will be back. We can speculate and all these other things. Nobody's going to pay Capella that money, though. Nobody's going to break big bread with Capella, because they understand. Everybody else sees where Capella's limitations are. Everybody else knows that Capella thrived off this particular offense, and no other team is really capable of emulating what the Rockets did, maybe outside of Golden State or something. But again, they don't have the same level and number of ball handlers. Like I say, Steph Curry is an elite ball handler. Let's be honest about that. But James Harden and CP3 are both elite ball handlers. And the thing is, but with that elite ball handling with Curry, it comes again a liability on defense. He's free food. To me, Capella needs to make the smart decision. Don't let the dollar signs get him. Don't let his agent. See, what I think his agent has probably been gassing him up all season long. So you're going to be $100 million man. You're going to be $100 million man. You're a $100 million guy. And then to only be offered $90 million, I think, what he's been hearing and what he's been feeling all season, he's seeing a bunch of other people get paid. I can understand that. I felt the situation with Ryan Anderson, a big factor in that. But again, you see that we've been trying to get rid of Ryan Anderson. It's not like we wanted to pay him or they wanted to pay him that money. But I can still, like I say, as a player, I could see it from his perspective. If he was looking down that bench and you see, oh, look at Rhino doing nothing and motherfucking me getting paid all that money. When you bring in so much more, excuse me, good grief, that chicken was good. I can't lie, it was good chicken, but it's just trying to let y'all know how good it was. The thing is, you got to understand that I can feel where he's upset about that, but again, it's the way the market is. I wouldn't be surprised if he signs a 1-year deal for cheap, taking the qualified offer. And then again, I say don't be surprised if he adioses next year. But if we can have him for 1 more year, put a couple of key assets in, let Hartenstein get a little bit of experience. I'm not saying he's going to be what Capella is, not at this point in his career. But I think when we got Hartenstein compared to the time that we picked up Capella, Hartenstein is much more advanced in his game, offensively and defensively, than Capella was, his first couple of years here. Exactly. That's another thing that we did mention. Like a lot of the other bigs in the league, around the league, can shoot from range. They have that type of capability. Again, his shot selection or his ability to shoot, it's not great. He's good at the rim. I mean, that's really all he gives you. At the rim, he's giving you dunks. He's not really giving you anything else. His free throw percentage is so. Could definitely be up a little bit. The hack of Capella is a thing. So there are limitations in his game. Again, you want with the Rockets, we're an offensive-minded team that plays good defense. And so the thing about that is, if his offense is limited, then there's an issue. That's the one thing you got with Rhino. At one point in time, he was able to, he could shoot from half court on the motherfucker, but now he can't shoot, period. But I think Capella could be the next big thing. I agree with you on that, Unique. My only thing is that if he leaves Houston and goes somewhere else, I don't think that he'll get that, because again, unless he's going to come back and pay Olajuwon like every other superstar did to get their post game improved, he has that for free. I think that's something you got to go ahead and add into your contract. Look, you get free tutelage from Olajuwon. You got to appreciate that. But again, the thing that he's lacking, Olajuwon had range. Olajuwon could shoot. Olajuwon, had a post game, and to go along with the defense, the great defense and everything else. That's where Capella's lacking. So I think that with a couple of years more practice, I could agree with you, absolutely. But again, we've seen him get better and better and better each year. But I think if he goes to a franchise like Sacramento or something like that, you say if they free up that money and for him to be, I think it goes downhill. I think he goes and he sees the culture of another team isn't quite what it is here in Houston. You're going to go to a team who's trying to rebuild and things like that, and then you're going to be a primary piece as opposed to being a complementary piece who gets to eat off of, others' mistakes or the ability of others because they draw so much attention. I think that it's going to be a big difference in his game. I think his psyche may be injured a little bit because he's going to see that people aren't going to look at him the same way as they do here in Houston, because he's not going to be able to present the same level of I don't think he'll be able to show that ability off elsewhere. So, like I say, yeah, he's salty right now, but I mean, I don't see how you can, man, look, again, I really feel like it's agent situation, because I feel like his agent probably told him he's going to be $100 million man. He heard the Rockets say that he can't price himself out of use, but you got to look at the words that Moore used throughout the season, because he's very smart in what he said. He basically said he can't price himself out of Houston, and that's true at this point, because nobody's offering enough money that the Rockets can't match. And even if somebody did, they'd still be able to match it, and they'd be willing to go over the cap and all that other stuff to do it. But since nobody else is doing that, why should they have to? I think a very generous offer of $90 million, was about $85 million for 5 years with incentives, would have made it up to $90 million. Coming from making $2 or $3 million a year, I mean, shit, it is what it is. Dr. Rabbit, what's the motherfucking deal, man? About going for Whiteside, I don't know. Because Whiteside in Miami, they have a little bit of beef, if I'm not mistaken. Or didn't they have some, some issues there? Beef. So that would be a very interesting look. I don't know what Whiteside is currently making, and I'm sure he's probably looking around the league and feeling like he's in the same category as a lot of these guys. My thing is, if Clint could create a little bit more offense on his own, again, he's a 20-point-a-night guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just that all the shit he eats off of, again, is alleys, Chris Paul, James Harden drawing attention and finding him wide open, and again, getting easy buckets. But it's a lot of times that he's had opportunities. He developed a little Swiss step, and that's cool and that's nice. What? Yeah, we gonna fight, Unique. But I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's what makes the sauce so fresh. Everybody has their own thoughts. So why don't you trust him? Why do you feel like he's not good for the team? I like Morey because his whole mindset is to win. He's gonna do whatever is best for the team as a whole. Maybe not necessarily for the players, but for the Rockets logo, the Rockets brand. I feel like Morey's going to make the best moves available, and we know he's made a couple of so-so ones, but again, it is what it is. And I think the other opportunities that he had, that were out of his hands. Again, were the Rockets the ideal destination for a guy like LeBron? Yeah. But if LeBron's intentions aren't the same, if he's thinking about the money and he's thinking about his brand as opposed to the team that he's on, and I think we've seen that for quite some time now. We just didn't want to really recognize it, even when he went back to Cleveland. I think it is what it is. I mean, what other major moves could have been made in this offseason outside of LeBron? LeBron didn't come here and everybody, the Rockets lost everything. I don't say so. I don't agree with that. If you're opening up an opportunity to do some other things, again, Ariza, cool. Muthaf, cool. A lot of people weren't even fucking with Luke until he was gone. A lot of people were sitting here. No, I don't think he does it like the Texans. The Texans don't fucking want to spend no money. They don't even know what to get. They get free agents when they're fucking dusty as shit and not worth a damn. But I think Morey he uses the math a little bit more than the heart. And I think this is kind of what plays out. But my thing with again, the situation with Ariza went where the money was. If the Rockets weren't offering that, I can't be mad at him for that. 1 year deal, I wouldn't be surprised if Ariza comes back to Houston, honestly. The thing with Muthaf, again, most fans didn't even know Muthaf's name, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, until he was gone. Most of the rest of the country didn't even know Muthaf. They weren't even speaking about Luke. I can understand that, though. Like I said, everybody gets their own vibe. Most of the people, the rest of the country didn't even pay attention to Muthaf until, the Rockets lost him. That was one of their better defenders. Shit we were saying all year long when nobody's like, who is that? He's and then now it becomes a thing, always is when somebody leaves Houston, it becomes big news, but not when they're actually here. And the reason why I can tell you this, that like there's a lot of hate, and people don't believe me when I talk about the Houston the Houston media hate, is look at how the Astros are getting treated. Again, I'm not the biggest baseball fan or the biggest, most knowledgeable person, not even close to it. But I catch little podcasts, I catch little people speaking, I catch sports shows and things like that. And they talk about top teams in baseball. And it's like the Astros either don't get mentioned or they treat them as an afterthought. They try to say there's a hangover from winning the World Series. I don't see it. I think they're competing just as hard as anybody else. They're still not one of the better, if not, may not be the best at this point in statistically, but still one of the better teams in the league. And again, I think when it's time to get it on again, I think that the Astros will be competing. But again, you saw what they did in the All-Star game. Nobody would give them credit for that, but the Astros won that game. You know what I mean? The All-Stros game. But again, the media, the Yankees and the Red Sox, because it's traditional, it's cool to say that they got egos to stroke for those big bandwagon fan bases. And again, no love for the Stros. When the Stros repeat, we'll hear some of the same shit whenever they may lose a guy or this and that. They'll talk about, how they lost everything. But right now, those people aren't relevant or they're not that good. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Exactly. A good example of that was when KJ McDaniels was playing in the Summer League Championship against the Lakers the other night. They was like, oh, man, KJ McDaniels a star. The Rockets should have never traded him. They never talked about KJ McDaniels one day when he was on the Rockets.
Man, what is KJ McDaniels still doing in the Summer League? Well,
that's what I'm saying.
How is that shaking?
He was drafted in 2014, so I don't know why he was in the Summer League.
No, I thought there was a limitation. I thought you had like a couple of years that you could fuck with Summer League. Maybe I am unaware. Maybe I just don't know. Got a couple of texts in on the sauce line. Let's see what kind of love we got coming from the sauce line. And my fault if I haven't. I've been ignoring y'all a bit. This says, question for Wise. Do you believe the Rockets, D'Antoni, will play more rookies this season?
No. The reason being was he said in an interview that he was asked about the rookies in this draft, and he was like, these guys can make an impact, but not this year, or maybe not next year, maybe in the upcoming years. So the only rookie I see that can get playing time is DeAnthony Melton. And usually when the Rockets give guys like rookies playing time, it's not into the playoffs or like midway through the season if an injury happens or something like that. That's how Chandler Parsons came up. That's how KJ McDaniels actually got to play. Robert Covington got to play, and guys like that. So it just all depends on if we have missed season injuries and stuff like that. and some playing time opens up. But I can see DeAnthony Melton actually starting. But Vince Edwards, that dude needs some work making a roster in Zochi.
You say you're waiting to the host for the ESPYs. I don't watch some bimbo that Aaron Rodgers' wife. Did Aaron Rodgers has a wife? I heard a lot of people in Green Bay say that they think Aaron Rodgers is suspect. Like, speaking of suspect situations, this has nothing to do with the Texans. Usually I don't venture off into non-Houston conversation. But Jimmy G, what's the motherfucker deal?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Jimmy G tricking off on the porn star, man. How do y'all feel about that? Danica, but here's the thing, that Aaron Rodgers and Danica thing, I mean, we were talking about Jimmy G. You got the suspect rumors about Danica. You have the suspect rumors about Aaron Rodgers. Well, hey, why don't we just come together and try to eliminate all the suspiciousness around us, and then we don't really matter what the fuck we do as long as we appear to be. This is just my Honcho hypothetical rumor, okay? And what they do is none of my fucking business, man. I don't really give a shit. People got to live their own life. I'm just telling you what could be. But like, yeah, she, to me, even like, I didn't even see it. I didn't watch the ESPYs, but Danica just never came across as a very personable person. She blamed everybody else for her wrecking cars every time she raced. It's always somebody else's fault that she got in a wreck or didn't win, never hers. So I just don't see it. But my thing is Jimmy G and the porn star, and I'm gonna be honest, dog. You get no brownie points from me for dating a porn star. A lot of the local stations, oh man, he's so cool because he's dating a porn. Like, for what? A porn star is just a prostitute who fucking records herself, dog. Because they get paid to have sex on film, just like prostitutes get paid to have sex, dog. Like
any man can see your cakes on the internet for free.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta walk around in public with that girl kissing all on her, but her mouth been in other places, so
yeah.
You kissing other dudes' pieces and shit.
Yeah,
so that's on the suspect.
She getting fresh off work. You know, she fresh off work. You fresh out of practice. You know what I mean? That's just a suspect situation, man. Like I say, I'm not. They brought 100 women on stage for whatchamacallit. Oh, man, I'm glad I ain't watched the ESPYs, man. Like, again, like, I can understand people who are like, man, I don't want the politics in my sports, but like, it's just certain things that people. I mean, we're not gonna get into. We'll talk about that another time. But like I say, the I'm not giving Jimmy G no stones, no cajones, no. You know, yes. Unique say anybody want to catch a square, you don't cross the line. Look, she ready to fight.
You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. No. That's the number one rule. And he a quarterback that just got this big ass contract for 6 games. And I mean, it's looking bad already. I mean, you going out there and dating a porn star instead of dating a movie star and getting somebody that got some bread already. You don't need to be dating these thotty hoes that you can just ball for Instagram models and shit like Klay Thompson. You bring them on the yacht. Yeah. And you have fun with multiple of them, not just one of them.
Get you some budget bitches, man. Get you them Instagram models for the low instead of trying to pay. You know, look, she gonna want her going rate for a movie. You know, I'm talking shit, but honestly, man, there's just no way. People saying, oh, well, it shows that he has stones. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks. And so if his ego is good enough to date a porn star, then he's not worried about any defense. We're like, get the fuck out of here. This is the logic that y'all try to apply to that shit just because y'all probably over there spank banking to this bitch. But, you know, hey, she got to do it. This is not to say that I don't care about prostitutes. Yeah, you do what you got to do to make a living. I don't care about porn stars. I've seen many of them, and I'll probably see more in the future. Now, I'm not knocking any of that. I enjoy what they do because it benefits everybody else. But what I'm saying is to try to make it seem like this dude is better for dating a porn star is I don't know, man. The picture I see, she looked so. Maybe like I say, I'm not familiar with her. I've heard they were talking about they started talking about all the AVN awards she won for best MILF or something. So there's to me, so she must look older. Then they were talking about the little Instagram shit she did in the bathroom before going. I mean, that's your career, but I mean, it is what it is. But my thing is, I have no problem with, you know, if you fucking with a porn star, but you actually taking her out on date and making it seem like it's a whole situation. That's where I'm like, okay, now things get a little suspect. And I saw somebody mention the Mia Khalifa and Deshaun. Deshaun didn't go out and put her on Front Street. She went and tried to get some clout after he balled, and then oh look, I was playing basketball with Deshaun Watson, and you know, like he didn't put that, he didn't take her out on no date. He ain't go nowhere in public with fucking Mia Khalifa. He wasn't putting her all on the gram and doing all that extra shit, putting her in limos and shit. He went over to the crib. I don't know what happened. Look, that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Honey Bear and Watson. They finally Watson get a. How did it take so long for Watson to get a commercial when fucking Osweiler just showed up and got one? You know what I mean? Fucking with his corny ass cowboy hat. Oh shit. Anyway, it's a whole other thing. I can't wait to see it. I did get a chance to check out the other the Dick's Sporting Goods commercial with Watson where he was throwing the fucking the through the tire on the back of the truck. That was very interesting. That was very impressive. But my thing is this. Like I say, I don't really care about it. It's just something to talk about. If you fucking with porn stars, I mean, shit, you watch them on the fucking screen. So, hey, if you had an opportunity to really do it, why not? But as far as, look, you watch her get banged out and treated like shit on the thing that you go take her out on, it has to have a certain impact on your mind and the way you visualize this woman. Again, it is what it is, because I mean, a lot of us have relationships, or we probably do very bad things to our significant others in the bedroom, but we treat them like ladies in public. It just is what it is. But I mean, not the whole world has seen it, so there's that. But exactly. You say anybody in here have a crush for Alexis Texas? No, not me. She doesn't like black guys. So anyway, there's that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Y'all already know HEB, man. It stands for hoes everywhere, boy. I've been told y'all that. That's the facts. Now, here's the deal, man. I got a couple of the texts on the sauce line. We're going to open up the sauce line for a couple of minutes, man. So if y'all have something y'all want to call in and speak on, you know, we'll definitely give y'all the opportunity to do so. Again, you can text in or call in. The number's right there at the bottom of the screen. Chandler sent a text that, what's the deal with Melo? Is he a free agent, or do we have to wait today, tomorrow, this weekend? And what are the chances of Ryan Anderson headed to Sacramento? The Ryan Anderson Sacramento, don't look again. These are just rumors and speculation. Sacramento has opened up the avenue for that to happen. And apparently, Wise, you said there's already been talks and conversations about it. So
yeah, they already spoke to each other. So
okay, so we'll see how that all plays out. Like I said, I don't know exactly the time frame on that. As far as I know, the Carmelo trade to Atlanta has already happened. It's just about him getting waived from Atlanta. So I think that'll be the next set of news that we're waiting on.
And once they waive him, it's gonna take a couple days before he can sign anywhere else. But from what I'm hearing, it might be like the Dwight Howard situation, like I've been saying. He'll already give that commitment to the Rockets and things like that, and then he'll wind up getting waived a week later or something like that, and then officially signing with the Rockets. So he's gonna give his decision pretty soon. Just wait on that. But when he officially signs, it's gonna be like a week to 10 days.
Okay. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, so we just look. Here's the deal. He'll be here, whether you like it or not. It's most likely going to happen.
You can't rush greatness.
Exactly. As you see, the name still waiting for greatness. You can't rush greatness. You got to still wait for it. So, like I say, man, I think that, as I was mentioning earlier, the chemistry, Carmelo having a chance to come over. Russell Westbrook is not a guy that people get along with. So, like I say, I don't think that he enjoyed himself out there. Again, the dude don't pass the ball. Dude's not just the friendliest dude that you want to hang out with. He's weird. He mops the court and shit. So he's a strange ass little dude. So I'm sure he has other little odd nuances about him that make it hard to befriend a guy like that. And I'm sure he doesn't care, and that's cool. No, that's not what it stands for. That is absolutely not what HEB stands for.
Another thing, when you talking about that, yeah. We already seen, like I told y'all, James Harden and Uncle PJ and Carmelo and CP3 was hanging out in Paris weekend in France. Well, they was working out yesterday too. So any evidence that he's going to sign with the Rockets, that's all the evidence you need. These guys working on chemistry. We seen Harden and CP3 work it out. Season in the Drew League, practicing, doing some pickup games. And look where it got them this season. They won 65 games. And bearing injury, they could have won the finals this season. Swept LeBron James and everything. But with Carmelo Anthony, I'm just telling you, this is going to be a deadly threat. And for all those haters hating on Carmelo right now, they're going to be the main Carmelo fans next season buying that man jersey.
What exactly? It's going to be a lot of Melo jerseys getting sold for people who It's gonna be a lot of Carmelo jerseys get sold for people who say they don't care for him. Again, would it have been better to have Melo a couple of years ago? Maybe, but then we wouldn't be in the Rockets that we're talking about now. I think it would have been a much different situation because back then that's when what's the motherfucker's name? McHale was still the coach, and I think that we'd have been fucked off. So by this point in time, we'd have lost Melo and everything else. And I'm glad that didn't. I'm glad they got rid of McHale when they did, because you could tell that he didn't have Harden's best interest in mind, and he might have limited some of the growth of a player like Harden. McHale, being a former big, probably had more stock in Howard than Harden. And
then you could tell he didn't really like Harden and Dwight Howard because he goes and bashes the Rockets on TNT all the time. You hear about any other Rockets previous coaches, they all get him praise. They give him praise about the teams. JVG, he didn't even make it to the Western Conference. The finals, and he always got love for the Rockets and things like that. But Kevin McHale just a hater in general.
Yeah, that he is. Like I say, he's salty, and he's always been a shit coach. You know what I'm saying? It's just for some reason people thought he was solid, but I mean it is what it is. Like I say, that era is over with, and so we don't have any problem with it. Already, man. I appreciate that, Roscoe. Yeah, man. Hey, look, if you get a chance and you catch an ad, man, catch those ads. All that goes to support the sauce. If you go to staysaucy.com, the Sauce Sports store is up. Got a couple of little items in there. I think we got some coffee mugs, should be some phone cases, and I'm not sure if the pillows are in there. Sometimes it takes a little bit for some of the things. Like I said, I got some other stuff in the background working on. It takes like a day or two for some of the things to get put into the store. They got to check and make sure everything's kosher. Might be, I think, some Zippos and some other things. Like I say, so that will provide an opportunity to do a bunch of other little things. So staysaucy.com. But I'm not selling any T-shirts until I get everybody I owe some T-shirts to first. So trust me, I have not forgot about y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's just been some other things going on, and like I say, it's just taking me a little time to get them right. But I have not forgot about y'all. So there will be got some lead in it. All right, we got a call coming in on the sauce line. Let's see what we got calling in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the sauce line this evening?
What's the deal, Honcho?
What's going on? Already. What kind of sauce you want to spill on the line tonight?
I got a question for you and for the other guy. Just in concern, I guess, for Carmelo Anthony. Do you guys feel that Mike Pizzelli is going to make Carmelo Anthony a serviceable defender on the defensive side of the ball? Thank you, guys. All
right, appreciate it. Bet you appreciate you calling in, man. Man, about Carmelo and his defense, I'm not going to get my hopes up. Okay. Yeah, for everybody else who was asked the other guy is Wise. Wise says make sure you check out his channel. Link in the description. It might be on the featured channels, and if it's not, I'll make sure to post it again on the in the chat before it's over with. But it should be one of the links that it passed by, and I'll pull that up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna get my hopes up for Carmelo, but at the same time, if James Harden could be reinvented and made into again, the media will tell you, he played defense at times. James Harden played great defense throughout the entire year. But again, they don't watch Rockets games. I think that if Carmelo comes here with CP3, again, chemistry with James Harden, people that he likes, he enjoys, he doesn't mind hanging out with, I think that he could buy in. So I'm not going to go all the way in and say, no, he's not going to become a better defender. But I think that if he comes in playing with some guys that he likes, he could buy into the system, knowing that he doesn't have to be the man. I could say that Carmelo might step it up a notch on defense. I think that's me getting my hopes up a bit. That's me at my highest hope that he does. But the regular me feels like let's not expect too much. All right, hold on one time. But I'm gonna give Wise a chance to answer, but let me get this other call real quick, and then we'll come back to that question. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling on the sauce line this evening?
What's up, man? It's your boy. Read that book 123. What's the motherfucking deal, Wise? I wanted to ask you this question. Now, I know this may seem a little bit outdated, but what were your thoughts on the Texans versus cheerleader thing?
Oh, very interesting, very interesting. That's a bet, man. I'm going to speak on that. I'm going to hang up on you. We're going to talk about that because there's some interesting little things that happened quite recently with the Texans cheerleader situation. So I appreciate you calling in. Read that book. You got to read that book. The Texas cheerleader situation. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down and make sure we cover that. But I'm gonna give Wise a chance to answer his thoughts on the Melo defense question.
So with the Jeff Bizdelic defense, we all seen that he brought in talent in this. Talent in this, and that guy played defense for him when he was the coach at Memphis with the Grizzlies. So when you have a lineup, you got to think about our backup lineup. They said Melo might be coming off the bench, and he might see a little bit of starting action. So he has guys around him that can defend. Our backup will consist of DeAnthony Melton, Eric Gordon, Gerald Green, Ennis, and then Carmelo. So you can run like small lineups. You can even run different zones and then half court presses against teams like the Warriors. You can switch a Melo to KD because Melo has the length and everything. And he's not like a bad defender. I mean, he is a bad defender. It's just that he doesn't have effort. And if Bizdelic can fix what Harden did, like Honcho said, he can actually give effort on the defensive side of the ball, then maybe we can see some improvement from Carmelo. And I'd like to see him against the big men because the big men are slower. They can't really guard him from the outside, and that can give us an advantage on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. Yeah, I see. It's hot. I rearranged, but I still got to find an optimal location to replace him. But what I'll go ahead and do, because like I said, I told y'all earlier, I won't say earlier in the month that I had some consideration was going to be relocate, was actually going to be moving. But since I'm probably going to end up staying put for a little while longer with this situation, I'm going to go ahead and make some investments since I'll still be operating at this location. Because if I would have moved, then it would have been a different situation. Would have been no point in investing in some things. But since I am going to be here for a little while longer, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop being stubborn and make the right choice and get some things needed to level out the temperature in the Soft Sports Studios. Yes, I'm in here. I mean, look, this is part of my weight loss program. Sweat it out in the Soft Sports Studios. But the Texans cheerleaders. Now, that situation got kind of interesting because I think they went to some type of I think they dropped the case, but then there's some type of arbitration or something like that they end up going to. So it's like a group deal where I guess they're all coming together and they're going to file some issues against the team. I don't know the details of how that works, but I wouldn't be surprised, man. Here's the deal. They work for what, like minimum wage, if I'm not mistaken. So, when you're in a position like that, they're definitely going to get exploited. They're all over the place. I'm sure nobody's really keeping good track of what hours they're putting in, where they're at, and things like that, because they're probably thought of more so as afterthought. When they're not actually there at the games cheering, I'm sure that they're not getting the appreciation and things that they deserve for representing the team and everything else. That's the thing. I think that's also been part of it because, like, some of the normal stuff that I would do is to keep cool in here has not been working. It's been quite hot the last few days, so I think part of that has been affecting the deal. Because usually I'd give me a nice cold glass of ice water. I don't have any issues, but that shit ain't been lasting. The ice ain't even been lasting. So the thing is, like, they you said, they were talking about the former cheerleaders. Yeah, I think the new ones. Okay, part of it is, speaking about the cheerleaders, I mean, how much is it? Because these are women that like attention, okay? And I'm not saying y'all know, Honcho's always being talking about women. Not in this sense. Cheerleaders love attention. I mean, you see what they do. You see when they're on the thing. And I'm sure that's part of the job. Hey, promote on this. But every time they have a little outfit, they doing whatever, wearing whatever, the little bikini deals, and, look at us, babes on parade and all that other little stuff. I'm sure that's part of the job too. But I mean, unless you like that kind of thing, I don't think you sign up for that job. Because you know that you're not getting paid that much. You know what I mean? So you have to like the perks, whatever perks that may be that comes with it. You either got to really love the team or, you just want the attention of being a cheerleader. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens. We got sunburned today. Look. Yeah, look. Me too. But I mean, you have any thoughts in particular on the cheerleader situation wise?
No, but I mean, they know what they signed up for. When you go into a job, they tell you how much you make an hourly. Don't expect more from me, especially like corporate America. I mean, they trying to make all possible profit. I mean, nobody really pays attention to the cheerleaders. You telling me we just staring at the cheerleaders while we watching the game and watching miss up a dude on the other side of the field, running in a touchdown. We seen the clowning and we seen the JJ Watt smashing quarterbacks. We ain't worried about no goddamn cheerleaders. If we want to go see some cheerleaders, we got dreams. We got we got plenty of we got plenty of strip clubs around the city, and we got Bissonnette.
There are
if you
options.
really wanted that bad.
There
So
are definitely options. Yeah.
I mean, they do deserve to make a little bit of more money. I say at least $10 an hour or something like that. But they really ain't doing that much. I know they do like calendars and stuff like that. Maybe they get a profit off of that. Hopefully so with that type of money. But I just don't mean unless they got sexually assaulted. That's the only way that'll have a bad impact on this franchise. But that's not the case. So
Okay.
what you signed up for $725? That's your problem.
Yeah. So you say that's how Paula Abdul got. That's how J Lo got her start, cheerleading, dancing on In Living Color and things like that. So, I could definitely see that. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, Roscoe. Man, look, yeah, if the ads roll up, y'all catch them ads. Like I said, all that shit helps the sauce. Y'all go check out the Stay Saucy Sauce Sports Store. I'm gonna kill the line here because we gonna get. You had something else you want to say? Why? My fault.
A lot of these cheerleaders think they can go in here and they can go talk to the players. They can get pregnant by one of these players and things like that. But they ain't allowed to talk to the players. So once they find that out, they butt hurt. Because you telling me a female just coming to cheerlead the Houston Texans or the Houston Rockets or the New York Yankees or New York Giants just to cheerlead? Nah, she trying to get some action. She trying to come up.
It's an open door. My thing is, I see the Lakers cheerleaders. Look, I'll take the Rockets power dancers over the Texas cheerleaders any day. But my thing, what happened? Ain't there a strip club for retired Cowboys cheerleaders? So that kind of tells you where that path could take you. But again, few and far between people do thrive and people do make it out of there. So I mean, if it's an avenue to get into that lane, again, entertainment's about attention. So again, like I say, I feel like people should be paid for the work they do. And I think that was the bigger issue, is that a lot of things they said they went out and did, they weren't compensated for. And I understand if you're making minimum wage shit, you need every motherfucking dollar you can get. So I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to anybody not getting their money. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't forget about the bitch. It was fucking up early, and so I just said fuck the minutes today. So I apologize for that. But again, like I said, I'm opposed to anybody getting, docked for their pay. You got to get your fetty, man. So, as far as that aspect of it, definitely, if there was any kind of sexual harassment and those type of allegations, that's definitely something that needs to be looked into, because I know that there was an accusation against the Texans, but that guy was fired or let go, whatever, from a former, I forgot what she, like VP of like ticket sales or something of the sort. And so I think that you gotta do what's right. But again, like I say, I don't put anything past this organization. As far as anything else, I'm just concerned about what happens on the field, because we've seen that there have been a lot of shady accusations and on many levels coming from the Texans, and they try to pride themselves on being the good guys, and we don't get bad character people. Or on the field, apparently they don't, because in the front office, apparently there's a lot of that going on. Apparently they don't give a shit about the people representing that brand and the cheerleaders who are out there. I mean, those are brand ambassadors, if you will. And again, you got to do what you got to do to big up your own brand. And so I'm not mad at them if they are trying to get their little shine. It's the world we live in. You got to accept that. But at the same time, there are those who do have malicious intents, who try to get a little bit closer to some celebrity. And if that's the way you're trying to do it, then fuck it. But if you're really about your money and it's about, that you got gypped, then go get paid. I'm not against that. So
yeah, me either. But I mean, there's some people out there that's busting their ass, and they making $725, and they like more grateful. You should just be grateful about the opportunity that they in, They on the national TV. They do need to make more money. Like you said, they need to make more money. But if they didn't negotiate that from the get go, then that's on them.
Yeah.
Like any person with a level head ain't gonna go into a situation where they ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah, because I mean, basically, you're getting, and like I don't even see how they make it on 725. But I'm sure you have to have a legitimate diet. You have to exercise. I'm sure they may have access to certain facilities. I would think that they would have access to certain facilities and things like that because you got to be in a certain shape. Again, you got to maintain a certain look. And you have to have this certain appearance that, again, it's all a bunch of superficial shit and shit. You basically got to be a model wearing a Texans logo. And you only make it 725. I think you just got to rethink that decision. Either that, or you're just a really big Texans fan. You know what I mean? Yep. Or you're going to use that as leverage to get your brand to the next level. So you're willing to suffer through it for a little while, and you kind of move on to the next thing. But like I say, we go let the cheerleaders get their cheer on, the former cheerleaders. And then you wonder, like, is that a thing? Because again, former cheerleaders, you gotta look at all aspects of it. But again, you gotta pay them, Rick. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't Rick's job. I don't know who is actually in charge of paying the cheerleaders. But that's what I would think. I would think that, that's just kind of something you got to think about beforehand. Like, I'm sure they got to keep a certain type of makeup on and all kind of, exactly, all that shit.
Yeah. And
so it is what it is. But like I said, we're going to call it a wrap here. 9 o'clock, we will be in the Kush Den for those of you who are interested in that. I don't even know what the Kush Den topic is. I forgot. It's something. Let me see what we got going on here. Tonight's topic is, I don't even remember where I put that thing at. Damn, like I said, I try to keep shit on track. Like I said, it's just one of them days today. A little bit behind. Okay, here we go. Today's topic is, if it's gonna pull up. What's it? Oh, yes. Do Black Africans hate Black Americans? And so that should be very interesting. I have a few things and some interesting experiences on that personally. And so we're going to have a good discussion about that this evening. But again, that applies to, I think, all types of Native Americans, or not Native American, people who were born in America, and then cultures who, they may be affiliated with coming from outside. So I'm sure there are different types of Hispanic Americans, Mexican Americans who were born in Mexico. Are they disliked by, Mexicans who immigrate, or vice versa, and different things. So I'm just giving it to my perspective. So anyway, so with that being said, man, we'll be sliding to Kush Den 9. Why is anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, just shout out to everybody in the chat. We got big things coming with the training camp starting in 6 days. So y'all be on tune. Y'all follow Honcho on Twitter. Y'all follow the whole roundtable on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm dropping videos every day during training camp. We're doing plenty of roundtables coming up this season. We got big plans. Everything's gonna be organized. We're gonna get y'all more involved. Y'all keep staying tuned. Tell your friends. Post it on social media. The sauce gonna grow. Y'all gonna be a part of something special, and let's just keep doing great things.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. We're definitely gonna grow, man. Like I say, trust me, y'all stay tuned. Yeah, drop your Twitter so they can know exactly how to find you on Twitter. Let me drop that so y'all know how to contact him. But my thing is, like I say, yeah, man, definitely big plans. I know that when the season comes around, that's where a lot of people really start getting tuned in and engaged, man. So again, if you got partners that's Texans fans or whatever, you got friends that are Texans fans, family that's Texans fans, man, look, we're on a mission. And I feel like, hey, we speak it into existence. There you go. Ball Bulletin now for Rising Phoenix at the Wise Citizens for Wise Citizens. Make sure you give both a follow. I'm being honest with you, man. We got our eyes on big targets, man. And again, we understand the demographics, we understand the differences, we understand a lot of different things that go on with that. But we are in pursuit of the crown. So the 610s, the 790s, the whatever radio station ESPN is on in Houston, we're looking to make bigger noise than that. Again, like I say, y'all call in. We value your opinions. All right, Law, I appreciate you following through. Again, like I say, this is about y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is an avenue for y'all to get your thoughts and expressions out. Like I say, we ain't gonna keep you on hold for a year. You know what I'm saying? If we miss your call, we'll call you back. or tell you to call again. We're going to make sure that you are a part of this because you are the freshest motherfucking ingredients, man. There is no sauce without the ingredients, and I just want y'all to know that we never take that for granted, and so we appreciate everything that you do for the sauce. I want to shout out to Voodoo and Jay Dizzle for showing some super saucy super chat love this evening. It is greatly appreciated. We'll send that to the Quiet Fan Fund. So I guess I need to invest in something to keep the Sauce Sports Studio cool, since I've been trying to, like I say, I've been vacillating whether or not we're going to make the move, and since we decided that we're not going to do it, I guess I got to do some upgrades and some things here. So with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Wise, man, I appreciate you for coming through, having another great episode, man. Definitely dropping some knowledge and keeping everybody updated on what's going down with the Rockets, the Anderson situation, the Melo situation. So I sincerely appreciate that. And again, shout out to Voodoo C and Miss Voodoo C, you know what I'm saying, holding down the moderating duties like no other. And with that being said, man, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. We're chunking up the deuce, and we out. Till tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Every night, 7 o'clock. If y'all don't get the notifications, man, just tune in at 7 o'clock. That's how, I mean, like that's unless I notify y'all elsewhere on Twitter, Instagram, every night at 7 o'clock, because I know YouTube don't give out the notifications. That way y'all know where to find us. Cushed in every night at 9, 7 o'clock every night in the motherfucking 7 o'clock every night for the sauce, man. So that way y'all know how to find it. Y'all won't ever miss an episode. Y'all don't have to worry about missing notifications, man. With that being said, we out.